Okay. I think we're just about ready here. I tried to get everything ready in advance, so it should hopefully work out this time. The only thing I need to do is make sure I post a link to the Discords. And right there. Okay. There we go. Oh, wait. And that one. That one, too. We need to do that one. Okay. Now, I believe we are ready. Hopefully. If not, then I won't know the difference. I'm pretty sure we're ready, though. All right. Do that. Drag, not there. Drag it over there to that window. This one up. I need to get myself some taxes here. And we should be good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and run down what we're getting up to today for you guys. We are going to be building a pretty large section of the city today. In fact, it should be 1/4 of the city. Mind you, we've only got so many days left to do this. Let me just pull it up here. So we've got this week, next week, the week after that. So that's 3 weeks. The week before Christmas, I'm probably not going to be able to hang around very much, but I might have a little bit of that. And then I'm hoping to at least make the finale of Twitch SMP, but I may not be there for that even. So we've really only got like 3.5, maybe 4 weeks of Twitch SMP left. And I've got to finish all of this. So it's going to be a little tight. But like I said, my intent is to mostly just try to get this section done today. That's all the plan is. Hopefully it'll go well. Swiftu, congrats on grabbing first for your 67th time. GG's. It is really dark. That is not the button I wanted to hit. Okay, let's sleep. And let's get going here. I was recording a video today, and I got almost through all of it. Like, it was legitimately almost done. Maybe, like, 30 more minutes of editing, and it would have been finished. And I realized, as I was putting the finishing touches on it, whatchamacallit, one of the things I mentioned in, like, the big selling point for the whole video ended up not being accurate to the actual going-ons of Mojang. And so, like, I was like, you know, I could just put it out anyway and be, you know, called a liar if people so desired to call me a liar, or I could do the responsible thing and retract the video before it even goes up. So I retracted the video. But it was all about the deobfuscation of the Minecraft code. So for those of you who don't know, currently Minecraft Java Edition's code is obfuscated. So that basically means that whenever you open up the source files of Minecraft, you can't read it. Like, it is near impossible to read. Now, they've added things for mappings and such so that you can actually mod the game like that, but it's kind of hard to do. So they've removed a whole step there, so that's a little easier to mod. And my understanding was a little bit skewed and probably not quite fully accurate, so my whole video's perspective, as I started reading more and more about it, after I recorded everything, I did a little bit more research, and I found I was mostly right, but there was a lot of key points that I was marketing my video around that were either exaggerated or completely and totally false. So I canned that video. It won't be coming anytime soon. So I gotta get a new video out this week instead, which means you may be seeing one of the backlogged videos possibly coming out instead. We'll see. We will see. Okay, all that said, today we're just gonna focus on this stuff. So what I'm kind of thinking right now, okay, where are you? Not today, buddy. Not today. Okay. Water Ghost, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Sorry about the ads. I know they suck. Swifty, congrats on grabbing first. Thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. Hope you all are doing great. Today, we're just going to focus on one of the buildings. I'm not sure if I want to do this one. That's kind of what I'm feeling more so, is doing this one first. Because then we can do the bridge. And that'll kind of help fill in a lot of the space. It'll let me kind of figure out what I need to do here as well. I could probably put some smaller builds. Like a one-story kind of shopping area, maybe. And then if I can get all that done, that would be great. And we're not going to go super, super detailed either. The big thing is actually we're only going to go detailed on the parts that, like, you're going to be able to see from general perspectives. So, for example, right here, you're going to be able to see all of that. But you're not going to be able to see through this wall. So, we're not going to have to do a bunch right here. You know, generally speaking, the only parts that we're going to have to decorate are the parts that you're going to be able to see from a large majority of angles. So, that will definitely help. So right now, what I'm really thinking, honestly, is I'm just going to try to fill in the walls of everything and just kind of get a general depth put in. And then we'll go from there. So let me get some materials that match that. So it looks like we're going to need some deep slate predominantly. And I may even pull in some concrete. I'm not entirely certain on that yet, but I like concrete, and I haven't had a chance to use it in a long time. So we'll have to wait and see. Hello, Gazelle. Welcome on in. Is this like a steampunk city? Kind of, yeah. Hello, Stefan. You're doing well. We are sort of doing, yeah, I would say it's more in line with steampunk vibes, I would say. You know, it's definitely not your, you know, current day city type of deal. We're going very much darker tones. You know, lots of economic hierarchies as well. So, you know, up here on the top, you know, it's very much valuable real estate. You don't get greenery up here very often. And these people grow the food, you know, they do all sorts of work for themselves. This is where the governing body probably lives and works. And, you know, as you get lower and lower down, the buildings are more and more compacted, and it's no longer about aesthetic, but rather just how many sardines can you fit in the can. And, you know, it's pretty cool so far. You know, the idea I've got in my head is pretty good. Basically, down here, you're gonna have, like, zero sunlight. So we're gonna have some builds from over here. Thank you for subscribing, Jakku. Welcome on in. Gazelle and Spain, I appreciate you both. Thank you for subscribing and liking. I appreciate you guys. But as you can see, like, this build, it comes over the wall a little bit. So you can see, like, they're already trying to take the sunlight. There's gonna be bridges and all sorts of things to help block out the sun here as well. So, it'll really sell the vibe that, you know, it's very dense. If I had it my way, there would be a lot more to the build, but I just don't have the time on my side anymore, to really give this build everything it deserves. Can I do anything with this? No. Okay. We'll just go ahead and put the slabs in there, because I won't be needing those. I don't think I'm going to need deep slate tiles either right now. Do I have, like, an empty shulker anywhere? I have one in my inventory. We'll use that then. Okay. I love builds with lore. I'm glad, because that's kind of what I try to do when I build a build, is I like it to have a certain amount of special factor. You know, I want there to be a reason everything is the way it is. You know, it's not just cool. Even though it is just cool to look at. You know, ultimately the goal is that it serves a function within the story, I suppose. I need to really sort out my inventory, but that's okay. I don't think we're actually gonna have enough deep slate is my concern right now, so I may have to see if I can buy some off of somebody, because I don't have time to grind out a bunch of deep slate, and I don't really have more just laying around. I think that's my entire supply right now. It's beautiful. Thank you. I am doing my best. Alternatively, I just do a little bit less with deep slate on this layer. You know, that building up there is supposed to be very much a government building, so it's going to look stronger and sturdy. We could do a little bit more copper over here, and then do even less copper down there. I can also incorporate more tuff, maybe? Do we have, like, what kind of blocks do we have in the tuff family? We don't have, like, tough tile. That would be, like, the perfect thing, honestly. We'll figure it out. It's alright. For now, I know, like, I want to carry over the chisel deep slate. Just because it's been my consistent outline block right now. So it just makes the most sense to keep. Okay. You build? I do. I do build. It's probably the thing I do the most in Minecraft. I like other portions of the game, but the building side is just, that's where I belong. Nathan, thank you for paying your taxes. Don't worry about it, dude. Glad that you've been enjoying some Minecraft. It's always nice when you can lose track of time. Been a little bit, since I've been able to just play Minecraft and do that. So it's something I look forward to doing again in the near-ish future. How you been in the one night in between streams? Hello, Rocky. It's good to see you. I've been pretty good, actually. For those of you who don't know, I am developing a video game called Omnia. And I spent a lot of time last night just kind of toying around with space battles. And, it only is visual right now, but it's kind of cool how it looks. It'll eventually actually serve a purpose within gameplay. But, you know, I set up laser beams, you know, firing from one ship to another, and it looks really cool. My hope is that eventually it will serve gameplay purpose, like I said. And also, I'm hoping to continually keep up that progress, because it's a very important game to me. And it was nice being able to actually pursue parts of that game last night. And then today, of course, I worked on some video stuff, but I was telling everybody earlier, I ended up canning all that video because it didn't fit. I didn't feel like it was the way I portrayed what my thoughts were on some of that stuff. Didn't portray the way I think Mojang intended it to be taken. And, I feel like I may have been grasping at straws in a couple of spots, so I canceled that video instead. We'll do something else. Alright, so we'll get this outline put in, and then we'll kind of see what we can do in terms of filling in everything. I also just realized we don't really have much tuff, so I can't build out of tuff unless I can find somebody who sells it. If I can find like a boatload of tuff, then we definitely could utilize it. Otherwise, I could kind of go with a more modern style here. You know, thinking of concrete, we could use white concrete and copper. The current build palette is very dark, so it would contrast well, I think. And maybe we just keep that in the back of our brains and say, you know, we could kind of use that as a couple of build designs. I don't know. We'll see, though. We will see. But yeah, today we're just kind of taking it easy. We're just gonna do this one skyscraper at the very least. My hope is that I can do more, but I'm not gonna hold my breath either. Go like that. Yesterday's stream chat was crazy odd and confusing. Yeah, it was truly a stream chat of all time. I should really learn to expect it by now, but it always catches me off guard. Just the random things we can discuss. I gotta make sure I pick up all this because I use it as my sketch block. And the less that I have to go back and get later, the better. What's the difference between a dent and a hole? Was something alright? It was something. I don't think I've ever had that discussion with anybody, so, you know, it was very unique. Hello, 100 sub. How's it going? It's good to see you again. Hope you're doing well. I do remember you. Yes, I do. Okay, I think we're almost out of chisel deep slate. We're getting close. Gonna say we're definitely starting to run low. I'm not entirely sure just how much more I'm gonna utilize right now. All I know is what I've got placed right now is definitely staying. Okay. Go with that for now. And over here, pick up all this. Okay. That stands out a little bit amongst everything else going on. What could we do? I don't really want to utilize, stone brick, if I can avoid it. Because it will start to blend in with the walls, I think. And that's really something I don't want to do. I want this to all stand out very well. So, let me look into my supply, because if we're running out of tuff, then I don't want to utilize that. We've got andesite, but that's like a similar color to the other thing. We really don't have a ton of deep slate is the thing. And I don't want to run out, because that's going to be mostly important for the very bottom layer, because we want it to look dark and grungy. I don't know. We have no more tough. Okay, so we really shouldn't be using it. We've got a pretty decent amount of gravel. Let's see. We got some white concrete there. And then maybe we do like a... We can accentuate some of it with deep slate, I think, and that would be okay. Because we could put color in between some of those things, and we could still use copper in some other places. I think that might be the play here. Let me bring some sand. And then I'm also gonna get some gravel here. Okay. I'm just gonna put my chiseled deep slate in there. I didn't realize I had some more over here, and I really do need to keep track of all that. Okay. Take all of that and put it up here. And then put some in there. Okay. That should be enough for now. This is like a very big experiment, but it could be cool. Hopefully, I don't know. It's definitely something a little different, but I know I need to go a little lighter on the deep slate for now. Okay, so we'll take that, and we'll bring it over here. Are you our deep slate box? You are right now. Let's see, do I have any deep slate materials in here? I got some there. We kind of got to restructure everything, I think. Just because it's kind of spread out everywhere. And that's not fantastic. I don't know. I'm gonna put the netherrack in there for now. And then I've got some white dye there. I gotta come over here. What's the difference between Ragnog and Eggnog? You know, that's a very good question. And unfortunately, I'm not sure I have the answers. How's it going, Juan? It's good to see you. I just remembered that you make powder, you don't actually make... Yeah, okay. That's fine. Boop. Okay. We can still utilize it. That's fine. One is a person and one is an awesome drink. I love eggnog. Eggnog is great. Okay, so what I'm thinking right now is we're actually going to inset the wall by 1. And I'll kind of go all the way around here. I haven't quite decided what we're going to do here, if I'm going to keep this as part of the outline, or if I'm going to maybe use... I could use some copper to accentuate that, maybe. I don't know. it would be kind of nice to have some color to it. But for now, what I'm just going to do is I'm going to fill in this front wall. And it should be enough to give us a basic idea of what we're doing. So we'll just roll with it from here on out. Today, some 7th graders were throwing pistachios at people on the bus. What? That's crazy. I mean, as long as it's harmless, I guess it's fine, but it's very random. How old are you? I am 21 years old. I'm a very old man. But that's okay. I've got a future. Or at least that's what people say. 21, Unk. I know. I'm super ancient. It's really bad. But okay. I don't know if I have enough. I kind of forgot how large these buildings were, apparently. No, you... What? You're very young? Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. You know, I try to act my age as best I can. But I've always been ahead in terms of... I don't want to, like, claim I'm ahead in mental maturity, because I don't think that's entirely a fair thing to say. Give me one second. Try not to talk about your ages in chat, especially if you're a minor, just because I'm trying to protect you guys. So please, please, please be careful. You're not in trouble or anything. I want to protect you guys. There we go. But I appreciate that. But you know, my mom and dad, they always really put an emphasis on, you know, like, don't. I think what is the saying? Be a leader, don't be a follower, kind of thing. It wasn't like that in the sense like they were telling me I had to be a certain way, but they didn't want me being influenced by people. Or like, you know. And I also I grew up in a town that didn't have a ton of young people. So I picked up a lot of things from the elderly that definitely influenced me to this very day still. Hello, Nikita. Welcome on in. It's good to see you. So I managed to catch a stream for once. That's new. Hey. We're just glad to see you when we do. Especially somehow of the people out there nowadays. Oh, yeah. Well, that for both maturity's sake and also, yes, for the age thing. I really do. I don't like making rules for specific groups of people, but in the case of minors, like you guys, I do it for your own safety. Not because I want to limit your guys' fun. But there's a lot of really bad people out there. And I'd rather you guys just be very careful with your information. Nikita, thank you for submitting your taxes. All this tax evasion, come on, man. There we go. Okay, this is gonna look a little strange, and it's very much a contrasting build right now. But I'm not against it yet. That's kind of fun to watch. Okay, we just need to break it up now, because it's, like, very flat. That's kind of the trouble with concrete in specific is it is a flat color. So what I'm thinking we'll do is we need to break up the texture a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring down this beam right here, all the way down to the bottom. We're going to do some copper, I think, across the bottom. Probably copper stairs, oxidized copper stairs, maybe. And then... we're going to need to start aging more copper. Let's do that. Let's do that down here. I've seen some of those JDN videos. It's horrible. Yeah. It's a crazy world we live in, but I don't want to like just brush it off and say that's a fact of life and we just gotta deal with it. But like at the same time, it's like, you know, the truth of the matter is there will always be bad apples among us. And maybe that's like a poor way to look at it. I don't know. But the best thing you can do to not worry about it is just focus on being a good apple. In a world of bad apples, be a good one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. There we go. I guess I'm doing tax stuff now. You know, I am not looking forward to the tax season this year. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slightly more adult topic, but taxes, am I right? I've saved everything. My mom actually usually does it for me. But it is something I don't love. 1, 2, 3, 4. I try to save all that information throughout the year, though, and it's on one folder on my computer. I have no idea if any of it got corrupted. I've been dealing with a dead hard drive, and most of it I think I saved, but there's that slight bit within me that's like, you know, maybe I just lost a lot of tax information, which isn't like a huge deal. I can still go get the receipts. I can still go get all those things. It's just not particularly fun. That's for sure. It's not fun. I don't think taxes were designed to be fun, though, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 4 there. Do you play Roblox? I do not personally, but I know a lot of people who do. There's nothing inherently wrong with playing Roblox. It's just not my cup of tea. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go with that. That definitely will help out a little bit. Okay. I probably should just move those shulkers, but instead I'm just leaving them be because I'm that guy. I'm that guy. What are your hobbies? Minecraft. I play so much Minecraft, it might as well be a hobby. But to answer your question, probably a little bit more seriously, I make videos, I do live streams. That's like a big thing that I do almost... I put in full-time hours on it. 1, 2, 3, 4. But it is by no means full-time pay. So, what that just means is I spend a lot of time doing videos. I make almost $0 off that, and that's okay. It's definitely more of a hobby than anything else. I also play guitar. You can see them behind me back there. You can sort of see the edge of it, but you can really see them in the mirrors. I play guitar. Something that I really do enjoy. I played for a good amount of time today. What else do I do? I develop a game on the side. It's called Omnia. It's a space exploration game. Imagine like every game wrapped up into one, and that's Omnia. I've been really enjoying that. And just talking to friends. I love playing video games. On every Sunday when I'm not streaming, because I take Sunday as a rest day. That's just me. I think everybody should do it regardless of religious purposes. Just having a day where you're not stressing out about things, if you can afford the time, it is probably one of the best things you can do for yourself mentally. So I take a full day where I just don't stress about anything that makes me any sorts of money. I don't even play Minecraft usually on Sundays, unless I'm just really, really wanting to, but I don't do it for content purposes. I pick a game and I play it. Usually, lately it's been Star Wars: The Old Republic. I really, really love Star Wars: The Old Republic. Because I'm a Star Wars nerd through and through anyway. But that game it holds a special place in my heart, and I love it. I love it so much. Mine's Saturday. That is completely and totally fair. Religious reasons, but that gets me out of things on Saturdays. Heck yeah, we love to see it. Excuses are nice. Can you play guitar for us? Probably not, because I'm not the only one in the house right now. But I won't say never. There are some opportunities that it may come up in the future. We'll see. I know it's something that I've been requested to do a lot of, and I really do want to do more of, because I think it's fun, and you guys seem to like it enough, so it would be fun. It would be really, really fun. So this will kind of help break things up a little bit. And then I'm thinking kind of cut across here as well, which will break some things up there. Even though you don't need it technically broken there. The only place you'd see that is like from maybe very certain angles here, but you're gonna hardly ever see it. Or if you're really far out, you'll see parts of it, but only if you're looking at it head on or at a certain angle. So I'm not like super concerned about that portion of it. Really what I'm focused on is what you can see, from here and from outside of the globe, That's the biggest concerns. Thank you for the link there, Nathan. Yeah, if you guys are interested in learning about Omnia at all, I'm working on I have a Discord made that you guys can actually go and check out. And it's got some sneak peeks in there and stuff. It's a lot of fun, though. I want to do more with it. Last night, I posted some things in the devlog channel. I don't know if you guys actually can see the devlog channel. I think you're supposed to be able to, but I posted some updates in there for space battles. Okay, you don't have to. It will happen eventually, don't worry. Nathan probably remembers me playing a little bit. It was probably like near the beginning of when he started watching me that I was playing more of it. When my Minecraft server would die, because DDoSing or the server host just not being as quality as we were paying for, we would usually swap over and mess around with the guitar. So if I were to miss an exam and they make me redo on Saturday, I might be able to get out of it. Hey, there's a bonus. There's a bonus. Since we aren't getting a concert right now, what stuff would you usually play? It depends on the day. Lately, it's been Goo Goo Dolls. So Iris, Sympathy, Kira's Gone. I love all of those songs so much. I like Iris. Iris is a good one. I was playing the Interstellar theme a couple of days ago. That one's a fun one to play. I accidentally played an Avid MC song earlier today as well. Because I was trying to play The Night We Met by Lord Huron? I don't remember his name all of a sudden. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Huh. That didn't play a sound. That's supposed to play a sound. I'll have to fix that. Let me add that to the to-do list before I forget. Where is my to-do list? Here it is. That's not the to-do list. There's the to-do list. Okay. Streamer bot doesn't make sound. There we go. Upside down. I am upside down. This is so cursed. Hello, local silly one. Day 2 of watching your stream. If I can make it, I appreciate it. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Linkin Park. I played Numb today. That was a good one. I love Linkin Park. I have done a performance of Lose Yourself by Eminem. That one's fun. That one's fun to do. Christmas music is something I've been wanting to mess around with. I know it's a little early for some people, but when you're a musician, you gotta start playing early. Just because you want... you don't want people to ask you to play Christmas music and then you not know how to play some of these songs. That's kind of, you gotta learn some of them a little earlier than when they may be asking. What was I doing? There's something I was gonna look up. Oh yeah, the app I use usually saves some of the stuff. La Vie en Rose by Louis Armstrong. That's another one. Do I have my other tabs on here? Creep by Radiohead's always a good one. I don't think I do that one as well as it could be, though. I just like playing all sorts of music. Coldplay. Coldplay's a good one. We got quite a lot of Coldplay on my set list. I just usually take requests, though. If I know the song, then I play it. If it's just me sitting here, then it's usually kind of like, oh, I'll play this, I'll play that. And it's like, why not try this song? This song has a similar chord. That's how I ended up actually playing the Avid MC song today. I was playing The Night We Met, but I was using power chords instead. And that happens to be, I believe, what Avid writes all of his music with is power chords. So I actually ended up finding one of the songs. I think it was Misadventures. I was able to kind of, yeah, that was Misadventures. It was, I at least found the beginning of it. I didn't play the rest of it, because I was like, oh, I love, All Right. So we're gonna play some All Right, and then I never went back to the other. Okay, those are almost done, or some of them are. But, I need you. And then I want to make a ton of those. We'll just start with, like, 20, I guess. These are so expensive, dude. You had me hooked to all great songs, and you mentioned Christmas songs. I've only played a couple of Christmas songs. Usually I don't play very many, though. I like Christmas, so I know like I might be in a minority here. There's a very short time period in the year where I ever do feel jolly, so I gotta hit it while I'm feeling it, you know. But no, that's fair. They get very annoying very quick. I'm not playing Mariah Carey, though. I promise you. I promise you I'm not playing Mariah Carey. We're going, like... We're going with some of the classics. Like, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Like, the more... I like the slower stuff. Not, you know, Jingle Bells, 12 Days of Christmas, or anything like that. The stuff that makes you feel nostalgic, even though you may not be nostalgic for that one song in specific. That's the stuff I really find myself enjoying. I need a bunch of trapdoors, and I need them to oxidize, like, really quickly. Let's do however many this will make. That's not enough. Okay, why don't I have, like, a... I'm just gonna take some of this and make one of those for down there, because we need it. I am curious, though, what kind of songs do you guys typically listen to? I'm one of those guys, you will probably catch me listening to just about anything. There may be some genres that I just don't really care too much for. But I usually can find a song or two within those genres that I do like. Okay, go like that. 3, 4, 5. I have no clue. I have no clue if this is the right way to do the trapdoor aging, but I couldn't really be bothered right now. It will age one way or the other. But I need them to be blue, so. Although I guess I could have just made, warped wood trapdoors. Those probably would have had a very good effect anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. So. Oh well. It's fine. One, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I have all these trapdoors now, so I might as well utilize them. But it'll add a little bit more depth, which is what that wall really needs. It needs depth and it needs texture. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. DNB. Recently my ex got me into Hamilton and I can't get out, but it's fine. Great music. I do like Hamilton. The music kind of slapped. I'm not a huge fan of musicals, but I don't know. Hamilton's a little special, I guess. Okay, good news. We have a couple of blocks we can already remove. Okay. This should theoretically work. We'll see. We will see. I'm both picky and not picky at all when it comes to music, so it's difficult to say. That's fair. Everybody's got preferences, and there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I know... I actually don't mind listening to Taylor Swift. A lot of people give crap over that. I don't like her newer stuff. But her old stuff still stands up. It's still fine. And I will die on that hill. So, you know, that is a thing. But I'm picky when it comes to her music, you know? Like I said, her older stuff, it's there's some hits and there's a couple of misses. Her new stuff, I have yet to find anything that I'm really like, oh man, this is something I really want to listen to right now. So, you know, that's a thing. Me too, buddy. Me too. This is why we don't go out in the sun. You should not have left the basement. Did I miss him? No, okay. It's like, I don't know if he died or if I shot him. I shot him. King! Nepter! Hi, how's it going? Reg is a Swiftie. Only classic Swiftie, I guess. Okay, so we need to figure out some things here. I'm thinking... So we need an entrance. That will kind of help a little bit. So perhaps we do the entrance on this side since it's a little shorter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe on the 5th block up. And then... Huh. Takes a brave person to speak up about being a Swiftie. I know. On the internet these days, I feel like we're hunted for sport or something. I'm not too bugged by it. I think it's funny, honestly. There's a lot of people... I think there's a lot of valid criticisms about her and her newer music. I don't think every criticism about her is valid, though. There's a lot of people who just flame her because she's popular, and I'm not for that. We get to mentally prepare for ads. I know, it's great. Welcome on in, Raiders. How's it going? Tanuki. Hello. How was your stream, dude? If you guys haven't already, be sure to go follow Tanuki. They were last, I'm assuming, playing some Minecraft. What kind of Minecraft are you guys up to? Welcome on in, everybody. Hello. I'm playing Minecraft, if you couldn't tell. I'm building a cool thing, and I'm sure you guys are up to some pretty cool stuff. Probably on your guys' SMP. Right as soon as ads start, bro. I know. It sucks. I'm sorry for the ads. But I appreciate it. If you guys have to head out, raid and run, both raiders and streamer, please feel free to do so. Like the fan said, eat, sleep, drink, walk the woofer, do what you gotta do. Appreciate you for dropping off all your peeps, though. Let's see, what are we doing? We're currently working on all this stuff. So I am building a really big build right here. And... we're kind of doing this little tower here right now, just trying to fill in the blank space. And we'll see where that leads us. I don't know if I'm a fan of that. I think we need to make it a little bit of a less abrasive color there. But we do need pops of color within the build. That is what I'm seeing. See you later, 100 sub. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Stream went well. I was on Catch 'em SMP, but I caught a shiny Whooper and a Coridon. Don't worry, guys. I'll be back in 2 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. I hate ads, but this gets rid of pre-roll. So then you guys won't have any more ads when you click in. It does suck, though. don't get me wrong. I'm 100% in agreement with you guys. I need to take you. Boop. I'll just do some of the boring stuff while the ads are running. My glitchless system. I had no ads. Hey, that's good. I'm glad that somebody was able to dodge it then. Okay. They should be almost over. Hopefully. I feel really bad. This always happens. This always happens. I got lucky this time. I think the Raiders took mine, so thank you to whoever took sacrifice. Oh, no. Oh. It's okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you to whoever paid the price. Ads suck. I really hate ads. Twitch just... The issue is Twitch, they'll give you, like, the option. Like, hey, so, you can either take pre-rolls, which means every time somebody clicks your stream or refreshes, they'll have to watch an ad. Or, you can play 3 minutes of ads every hour. I ran a poll in my community, like 2 years ago, and that was... You guys chose the 3 minutes of ads per hour. I should probably run it again at some point in truth, but I don't know if the data has changed at all. Generally speaking, most Twitch users, you know, as long as they click onto the stream right after the ad plays and they don't get a pre-roll and they're not met with ads pretty quick. I don't know. I'm always iffy on it. As a personal choice, I prefer the 3 minutes of ads because the second I click on a stream, I want to get right into it. And so, you know, whenever I'm raiding, if I'm clicking onto somebody's stream and I'm met with a minute and a half of ads, it's kind of like, oh, that sucks. This was like a case of, like, I really hate that happened for Tanuki and Raiders. Because you guys raided right when the ads hit, which sucks. I hate that. I hate that. Unfortunately, I don't know if there's a way around that, because otherwise, you know, you would have gotten it, I guess, when you raided in. But it's just hard. It's hard to predict it. It's really hard to predict it, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure what Twitch really expects us as creators to do with any of that to be 100% real. I think we're gonna take all this white concrete out, and I'm gonna replace it with deep slate tiles here on this door area. For some reason, I feel like it would stand out a little bit better. Okay, so right in the middle, right here, we'll leave a doorway. Ow. I don't think my hand's supposed to do that. Alright, anyway. I'm highly debating whether to do another 3 minutes of ads. I will refund you. I will not allow it. I will not allow that injustice. Dude, I didn't sign up for nothing. I mean, you just get ad-free viewing anyway. You used your Prime on me. What the heck? Still blows my mind that people think I'm worth their Prime. Like, I don't know. There's so many other cool creators out there. If I were you, I wouldn't use it on me. But I appreciate it nonetheless. I returned. Sorry about the ads, Zanuki. Hope you're doing well, dude. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Hopefully the ads weren't at least boring. I know recently the ads have been kind of on point from Amazon especially. I really love their Christmas ads. I don't know what their marketing team gets paid, but it's probably not enough because lately I've been driving in the car and Spotify. I'm too broke to pay for the Spotify Premium. I don't get ad free, but the Amazon commercials, they always make me giggle. But hopefully the ads weren't terrible. I hope Catch 'em. You said you were playing Catch 'em SMP, right? I think you said you were. Yes. It sounds like it was a good time. You caught a couple of shinies. That's awesome. I know those were rare. I don't know enough about Pokemon to say much else about it, but that's awesome. Great. Love to see it. We're working on our mega build here in the middle of the ocean. And we're trying to get as much of this section of the city done as possible. So just trying to get buildings done and try to make it look complete because we've got very little time left. The time is short. The time is super short, but we're here for it anyway. What I'm kind of thinking is maybe we'll extend this beam across, but we'll do like, yeah, hang on. I got an idea. I've got an idea. You're done. We're also aging like a ton of copper because we need it. So, yeah. I wish there was an easier way to age copper. Like, if we could, like, combine it with water in a crafting table or something. Or if you put copper underwater, it would oxidize faster. I don't know. Anything would be nice. The amount of times I accidentally click away, re-enter and get hit with ads is insane. That is unfortunate. That hurts my soul. As somebody who's like, who has done that a decent amount. I hope that it doesn't happen a ton on my streams because of the fact that you guys shouldn't be getting pre-rolls. Although, you know, I've heard that some people are still having issues with Twitch still playing ads, even though they're not supposed to. So it may be a lost cause at this point. I don't even know. Let's try the oxidized copper in here. No, I'm not feeling that. I do want something textured in there, though, so... What am I feeling? I got waxed copper. We could always put some waxed copper in there. The orange and the blue-green cyan color there would be kind of good. Outside of that, I mean, I could make some concrete. Wood is even something I could use. I didn't even think about that. I don't know. We'll see. I got an ad about Cologne with Louis Capaldi song or whatever his name is. Oh, that's great. What's with, like, perfume and cologne commercials, like, having the most insane budget? I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but, like, you see the most fancy-looking commercial ever, and then it just turns out to be about perfume. And it's like, huh? Huh? How? Why? What? I remember this one stream, it was my friend, and I'm always lurking in his chat, and I spent all my points on running 3 minutes of ads for 6 hours, and he had to end the stream. That's crazy. That is actually insane. I think I broke personal records during Alfie's charity streams. Oh, I bet. I left my computer on that entire week, and I'm sure... I don't think I got gifted a sub at all. I had it for, like, the first portion of the day, so I know he probably got a little bit of ad revenue off of that for the Extra Life donation, which was probably I don't think it was a lot, But it may have contributed like 50 cents. I don't know. Let's see. We could use lapis. That would be like a deeper blue. I'm going to take some of that. And do I have cherry saplings? I do. I need a couple more of those. Evil, absolutely evil. He couldn't play anything either because every 3 minutes he had to run ads. Yikes. Blue and pink kind of are usually at odds with each other. But I'm kind of thinking we can make something work here. Hang on. First off, that's a no for me. Okay. I was gonna say, I wonder how that would look. It's interesting, but I don't think it's interesting enough. Alternatively, put a trapdoor in front of it. Is that worth it? Definitely not. Okay. Then my original thought, what happens if we strip it? It's a nice little pop of color. And it's got a texture to it, so it's not super flat looking, and I just don't think those trapdoors are going to be good. So we're going to leave that alone. Okay, so now we need to turn our eyes up a little bit to where it's actually just white. What did I do over there? So I don't think adding lights to it is going to do a bunch for us. I think we need to kind of take an approach like with the rest of the build there. So let's do I have some dyes here. Let's just do like some red concrete, I guess. Is this the thing I could do? No. Huh. I thought you could reverse dye concrete, but I guess you can't. Okay. That's fine. I got some red concrete already anyway, so let's just test it with that first before I make a bunch. Otherwise, I will have a bunch of red concrete that I have no use for. Well, I only have 8. I thought I had more. Okay, that's fine. For texturing concrete, you can use stripped pale oak logs. I always use it. It looks nice. That's a good point. Do I have the means to make stripped oak or pale oak? I don't at the moment. I could go get some though. We'll definitely add that to the list. I may have to go buy some. I don't know where our nearest our nearest pale garden is. Pretty sure you traumatize your friend and the ad money won't pay for therapy. Yeah. Honestly, dude. Insane numbers though. What the heck? Okay, let's go with, like, over here. Let's take, like, a stack of each. That should be enough. At least for the time being. Actually, quite a lot. Okay. Oh, and I need deep slate. Boop. That might be a little much. I don't know. That away. Put those away. Put that away. Alright. Down. And over here. Okay. So... I have no clue if this is gonna look right, but I want to try it. I think we need to put like a stair block right here. Just kind of give it a little bit more depth, because it definitely will need it. Oh, and King, I finished the design of the giant storage room in my survival world. I just need to place 150 million chests now. Jeez. Good luck, dude. Good luck. That is gonna be a crazy amount of wood. Wait, but what do you have against French people? Oh, we going back to that. Okay. You know, I have encountered a lot of French people that just aren't, like, very nice. In fact, most of them are pretty rude to me. Purely because I'm an American. And you know, I don't take that level of disrespect. I don't. Some might say I'm doing no good by not really appreciating them. Some would argue I'm doing a lot of harm. But that is okay with me. I don't really like that. It's not bright enough. Like, I need some vibrancy almost. But I don't know what to do about that necessarily. Let me... if I can actually see. See, the problem is, once we do that, the white concrete is no longer visible. Because we're gonna have more over here as well. What do I do? It's so flat. That's the problem. But I don't know what I'm doing. Emmy, thank you for spending your taxes. I appreciate it. That's a lot of chests. It is. The lag is gonna go crazy. I made a mod that counts all storage items like chests and shulkers as full blocks instead. Okay. Okay, that makes it a little lag friendly, I suppose. I'm basically the only nice French person you know, and I'm like half in Quebec. French isn't really French. Yes. See, it's not that I I try not to judge people based on where they're from, okay? It's just, there's a lot of them who happen to prove that I shouldn't trust them. That's all I'm saying. There actually have probably been a lot more nice French people that I know that I just haven't thought of. But they're few and far between, so. You hate French people? Well, I thought that I was supposed to hate the French. They took our fries. You know, that's fair. They did steal your fries. Let's wage war on the French together. I did the math, and I need to make 320 very fast wood farms around them for 15 days straight. Oh, jeez. Good luck. Good luck. This looks like your base from last season of King SMP. I don't know about that, but I'll take it. You should use calcite or calcite white concrete and some other white block to make a semi-gradient. The problem with calcite is there's not enough of it. If calcite were a easier block to obtain, I totally would. But I am building in survival here. So I need to not use calcite really. But yes, if I had enough white blocks, I could use a gradient. But that makes the whole rest of the build look stupid because there's not much else gradient here. So it wouldn't. That's the problem I run into with a lot of my builds, is that while gradients are nice, if you don't do it throughout the entire build, the inconsistency starts to catch up. Yanzea, welcome on in. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Hey there, I was lurking a stream while at work, and now I'm here. Well, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. I'm assuming you probably came from Tanuki's crowd then. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing good. Black white concrete is such a bland block. It is. It is. Well, the problem is I don't want it all to be dark, especially since I don't really have a ton of deep slate anymore. And I could get more, but it's going to take away from all of our build time that we have left, which we don't have a ton left. So I need color, or I need... It's hard. It's just really hard. Because, like, up there we did something great. But the problem is you can't really use these light blocks in white, I feel like. It just doesn't look as good. We could just ditch white concrete altogether. But I don't know... I don't know what else to put in here, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. You should use calcite. I got all but one clip finished for my next episode. Time to edit. Good luck. Good luck. Belgian people are really cool, actually. I know a couple of Belgians. Coco Too Quiet. Great guy. Name one good French person. The French people colonized America. And I didn't like that. I hate to tell you this, Swiftu, but I think just about everybody colonized America. Cough, cough, the patches of mountains that have 20 stacks of calcite. That's exactly what you did last time after you said there isn't much calcite. Did we even use calcite in King SMP Season 3? Like, I do kind of remember getting some, but I don't remember using it, like, at all. Thinks most of us are just really wet cats. Thank you for lurking after. Go get some food. Appreciate it. It looks like I did, but I don't know him either. I was lurking as streamer rated him, but yeah, hey, you're building a city? I am. Yes, yes indeed. Also, by the way, I like your name. Yeah, what we're doing right now is we're just building a city here in the middle of the ocean. And I am attempting to finish as much of it as I can in this week. Right now we're kind of stuck on this one building, though. And I think a lot of it is just we have to define what this layer is supposed to even look like. And it's clear I don't have a plan, I think. Thank you for the lurk. Appreciate it. Add depth forward, like some cool symbol on the concrete. Do we even use calcite in King SP Season 3? I'm gonna get you a clip. Okay, we did use it once in Bonsai Grove. I was talking about my base, though. I only used calcite because everybody else had already used calcite there. That's why I used it. Otherwise, if it was up to me, we would not have touched that block. I am back. The King. Hello, sub 100. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, some depth forward could be good. It would cast some shadows, and you could utilize light that way. You can't inset it, but you could definitely outset it, I guess. You've been on quite an adventure then. Welcome in here, though. The EP is almost 30 minutes. Oof. Big EP. Big EP. Thanks. Seems chill here. Yes. We try to be chill as we can. Although I'll admit, I'm not always chill. I try to be. But sometimes I get a little ahead of myself. Okay, I think Swifty's right, though. Depth outward would be good. And we can utilize a darker block for that, which will help. And we don't necessarily even need to add color, although we could. We may just utilize light. We may be able to use these larger spaces over here to do some colored, but I don't know if we'll do that or not. We'll see. Okay, so let's take some deep slate. Everything will sleep. And see what we can do. So, we're just tackling that wall right now. We're gonna ignore that wall and that wall, because it's a bad idea to even touch them. We're not even gonna bother. I do want to take some bulbs and some buttons, and we can kind of do something there. Yeah, okay. So the center point is 2 blocks. So it's gonna be here and here. We're gonna go up. Maybe there. And, okay. That would be 4, go 5. We could just go all the way across, okay? And then go 1, 1. And kind of just turn it into a circle, give it a second. 2? No. Okay, it's gotta be 4 down then. So that means in order for me to get there... Okay, let's try that again. Let's try this again. And down we go. There's something off here. Hang on. What's going on? That looked off to me. I don't know why, but it's not off. Okay. Where's my shovel? There it is. Okay. Down. And then we go 4. I'm out of blocks. The never-ending battle. The never-ending battle. Okay, we'll take 2 stacks. That should be enough. Make some tiles. Okay, we're good. I think. I'm kind of going for a circle right now. And then we'll go from there. Okay, I can't use gravity affected blocks anymore. Alright. So we got this circle here. I wasn't really sure what we were going to do after that, but I know I want, like... We can kind of do something. So we could go... Do that. Okay. And then... You know what? I'm kind of imagining we do this. I don't know what that means yet, but give me a second. Okay. Let's light those up. It doesn't need to be anything sensical. In fact, the more nonsensical, the better. And I'm also out of buttons. Okay. I never really thought about it, but my school smells like chlorine. Does your school have a pool by chance? It may also just be the cleaner they use for everything. But I've only graced the school halls a couple of times. I was homeschooled. So I hadn't actually been into a school until I was 17 maybe. That sounds about right. I don't know. I was perfectly content with homeschooling, so I had never been. And then I went for one thing, and well, you know, the little bit that it's covered is nice. I think it needs, maybe we could do a little bit more framing. Although that is not centered. Maybe we made a mistake. Maybe we made a mistake. This gets done before Friday. I'm gonna release early. Heck yeah, we love to see it. I gotta speedrun a whole new video tonight, I guess, so I can release it tomorrow. I had a video almost done today, and then while I was searching for some resources to finish the edit, I found something that proved my main purpose of the video wrong, and it was too late to repurpose all that work, so King, that looks like a guy peeing, like, genuinely, only because you think it does. Like, I don't see it. I think it looks like a sideways J. Like, maybe a little bit long on the top, but, you know, like, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. And you know what? If it looks like a guy peeing, maybe it's just public bathroom. It does, what the thing is that it smells all the way to the other side of school. That's interesting. I wonder, it may have to do with the way the air conditioning is set up. A lot of the times, you know, if your air conditioning is set up if the returns are near where the pool is and the blower, the main blower for the air conditioner is by the pool as well, it very well could spread the smell very quickly throughout the school. It's very interesting how that can very much happen. Yeah, you know what? I'm starting to see it, but I'm not gonna change it. You know what? It is a thing, and I think we gotta redo the white, because the problem is deep slate. You don't have to detail. Like, I could leave the deep slate absolutely plain and nobody would bat an eye, but for whatever reason, the white just does not look right. I'm not even really a fan of that over here. Like, I like the cherry logs. I'm not a fan of the copper stairs. They look off to me. And maybe what we could do instead is to do that, and then boop, boop. Maybe we rip out those. I think a hard capped top makes more sense, because this build style is just more geometric in general, I feel like. So I need more cherry logs to put in. Now you can't tell if it's white or black. Never black and white. It's this is gonna be interesting. There we go. Now you guys can't judge me if it looks bad. That's what we're going with here. I think I'll expand this up, though. I do like the pink. And we could always go with the pink color. I don't know if I could get enough of this, though, is the problem. Oh. I'm gonna need a ton of cherry logs in order to do the whole building like that. I don't know. You should make it where your screen changes to black and white too. That would be annoying. I love the idea. The execution of that would be awful, though. Like, I'd have to play through an OBS preview, which is gonna have input lag. Otherwise, it wouldn't be terrible. But that would be the only way to do it, I think. Unless I could find a way to tell it to cut the color in the rendering settings for my graphics card, that could possibly work. But I don't know how badly it would break everything is the main concern there. I don't know if I like that. I think my point about it being just very geometric stands. I think this has to go, and it'll look just fine if I do this. Yep. I think if we're gonna do color, it can only be like one color, probably. And that's just gotta be okay with... I gotta be okay with it. Colors are back. My eyes got so confused when it switched back. You know, that's fair. That is fair. I thought you'd find this interesting, but the last two videos have good CTR, but not a lot of push-in impressions, like 2.5%, 3.5. That's interesting. I've been seeing that across the board too. Impressions are down, even when CTR is up. Impressions have been down, and I don't know what's with that. So that's very interesting. Yeah. Huh. I'm gonna look into it and see if I can figure that out, because I might be able to ask a couple of my other friends and see what they've noticed for their channels as well. Ray is playing tricks on you. Yeah, no kidding. What was the show? Was it, WandaVision? Where it starts out black and white, and then in one of the episodes, it eventually transitions to color. That confused me so bad, because my eyes got used to watching in black and white. And then, boom, suddenly there's color, and I was like, whoa. That's not how I imagined it. I didn't watch that show in forever. It being 2:30 a.m. doesn't help either. Yeah, that's very true. Also, Nikita, go to bed, man. What the heck? 2:30 a.m. Oh, jeez. Still getting views, but it's slow trickle. I'm not complaining, just find stats interesting. Absolutely. It is very interesting. Yeah, that slow trickle. I get frustrated by it. I'm a very much... I'm patient, but I really like quick results. That's that is very true for me. I don't want instant gratification necessarily. I don't need it, but it definitely helps keep me motivated. That's for sure. Let's see. I think part of me kind of regrets starting on this side. It makes sense to start here because it needs the least amount of details. But the problem is I don't know which parts are going to be most visible and from where. I don't have time to rig up a whole bunch of build stone either to just keep making like cool flashing lights and such, which would really make this build the next level, I would say. I do think we have to ditch the white aesthetic, probably. I don't know. You said starts black and white, I immediately thought of Wizard of Oz. I haven't watched Wizard of Oz in forever. About time zones, I was talking to a friend and she lives in a different time zone. So I always have to make sure it's a reasonable time to text. That's so fair. I got friends who live all across the world, which is like a very special experience. But it does get a little difficult coordinating times sometimes. I got one guy who texts me and like he tries to make it a good time for me, but it's kind of like I know it's a bad time for him because it's like, okay, it's like it's definitely well past midnight by the time I actually get back to him for him. So, it's not a bad time for me, but it's like, yeah, you should be going to bed, dude. You have school in the morning. I don't know. I promised myself I'd sleep early, but I guess that's not happening anymore. Oh no. 2:30 is early morning. In a way, 2:30 is early. I hate how both of you are right. I know. They're not exactly being good influences. I'm guilty. I go to bed at like 4 a.m. a lot. But I also don't wake up till noon, so it's okay. I'm wondering... I think... I don't know, something is off here, and I don't... Maybe what we could do is, okay. So, do I have more cherry? I have a little bit, not much. So, what we'll do... 2... 3... Okay. We're gonna get rid of all the white on this side. This building will be dual toned still, I think. But with less white, there's less to worry about, I guess. I need to like destroy it all. Put some there. Goes up to 3 there. And then, like, essentially what that would look like, show you guys, is, there'll just be a bunch of layers of pink going up. And I'm thinking maybe we still leave the white here, but I encapsulate it. I could drag this bit over and put underneath it, like, maybe some bulbs. And then up here, we'll whatever makes sense, I guess. Drop down 3 right about there and do, like, the top 3 as pink. I don't know. But that could look cool, I guess. Okay. We'll go with, I don't know. I have to get ready for school, but at that time, oh man. Can't say anything, I go to bed at 5, 6 a.m. Yeah, that's fair. You sleep. I try. I am Thin Air Poof. Welcome on in, Jorby. Thank you for spending your taxes. I appreciate it. I moderate for Americans, Canadian, and an Australian, so I'm awake till really late. That's fair. That is crazy work, though, dude. What the heck? Absolutely insane. Go up. If I get affiliated, I'm naming my channel points brain cells, so when you redeem them, make me do something crazy, use up brain cells. I kind of like that. That's solid. That is a good idea. I can get behind it. Okay, I guess this top one is gonna have a little extra space on it. Just because it gets it. I don't know. I need to make sure I have all the concrete as well. Thank you for the lurk, Emmy. I appreciate it. Enjoy the food. Okay. You, who's this nerd? I scrolled into Hello Orange Panda on the YouTube side. Welcome on in. Hope life's been treating you well, and hopefully you've had some good YouTube polls, you know? It's always nice scrolling. You'll never know what you're gonna see, that's for sure. What I'm gonna do... that. Okay. I'll make sure I don't lose a single block if I can help it. Okay, so maybe white concrete was a mistake. But it's a mistake we learned from, right? Maybe. I don't know. Alright. 8 people I mod for. Oh boy. Oh boy. I mean, the sword does look cool. I don't blame you. It's not just Twitch. I mod on YouTube, Discord, on a Minecraft server too. Jeez. I try to mod for several people, but I don't do a great job at it. Like, I'm there, but I'm not by any means there enough. But, and then... maybe right there? I'm gonna have to take some of these with me to the surface, I think. And we can chop some down. I am out of cherry art. Yeah, I am. Okay. Very well then. This isn't awful. It's definitely gonna be different. That's for sure. We'll see. We'll see. It was orange paint. I thought someone was seriously calling in, or nah. Sorry, did you read my Twitch message yet? Ads. The brain cell thing? Yes, I love it. I love it. We'll just do it right here on this hill. I must admit, some of the 8 are really small and some really extreme at the moment. It's not too bad. That's fair. Definitely does make it easier, but I'm sure it gets chaotic at times too. One after, but you just did, so okay, I gotcha. It's so nice to have fast leaf decay, dude. Yeah, we have to consider, like, sitting around waiting for this to do its thing. It just does. You just texted me, and why? Okay, we're chilling. I just maced a pair of phantoms midair. Am I a gamer or not? That's pretty sick. That's pretty cool. Major Alp, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Alright, we got 36. That's not very much. We need more bones. Bone meal. Give me just 1 second. Eat. Depends, can you do a 360 no scope? This is the real question, honestly. I think Nafan might be onto something. These things drop so many saplings. I'm not complaining. I'm just like in amazement. If only the rest of the trees dropped enough saplings, that would be great. That one took a second. Okay, I think one more tree should have us covered. I don't know 100%. A brain only remembers so much, and it doesn't remember very much right now. So, it's okay. I'll stop being a goober. How's your day, Reg? If you were saying things, I couldn't read it. No, okay, you're good. I was gonna say, sometimes YouTube shows me your messages, sometimes it doesn't. So I was like, okay. But my day's been good. It's been pretty good. I got to work on my video game last night, so good days, good days. Oh, that's actually crazy. Just confirm there's 24 hours in your day, right? So fair. I need suggestions for what a mace should be named in a scripted video. The mace belongs to my teammate and ends up in my hands, and he fakes his death. Ideas? That's not my wheelhouse. I'm gonna be real. So I'm not 100% certain. But I'm back because food takes time in air fryer. That's fair. What are you making? This is the real question. What are you making? The world must know. Chicken nuggets and fries because nom nom chicken. We love chicken. Do that. Alright. I don't have the rest of those. Oops. There we go. I have to do a little bit of... I have to be a little bit careful here. I really wish I had the extra blocks, because now I'm gonna have to waste a rocket. And like, you know... I'm a little stingy when it comes to rockets. Okay. Can I get fries? The same as last night? Heck yeah. I did have a slice of ham to hold me over. Nice. That's good. Ham is good. I love ham. Weirdly enough, one of the few foods that, like... Sorry about that. One of the few foods that I'm, like, really... I would be content snacking on ham. There's a lot of different ways you can prepare ham. That's one of the really nice things. Bless you, thank you. Appreciate it. What part are you working on? Right now I'm working on space battles. Because I think it's one of the most interesting mechanics, and I was feeling very nostalgic. For those of you who don't know, I'm working on a video game called Omnia. You guys can go check it out if you use the command !Omnia in the chat, but it'll just take you to my Discord server. But essentially, it will contain space exploration, a lot of it. And part of exploring space is you're also going to run into enemies and pirates and all that. And so you're going to have space battles. And I'm very, very nostalgic for Star Wars Battlefront 2. The original one in specific. And in that game, you could you actually walked around your own capital vessel. And then you could like repair your subsystems, and then you could take off your ship to go attack the other capital vessel, take on other starfighters, or land in the enemy vessel, and then do damage internally or attack your enemies, whatever you wanted to do. It was awesome. It was glorious. I wanted to take on a similar mechanic to that, So I've been working a little bit on it. Right now, it's not anything like that. Right now, what you will see if you go over there, if you go into the devlog section, you will see a few cubes flying around in circles and 2 larger cubes shooting at each other. That's all you're gonna see. But it sets up the very basics of what the next part of the plan is. So eventually, you know, you'll be able to be within these larger cubes, and then you can fly your own little cube outside. And then those cubes will eventually turn into spaceships that will look like spaceships. They can fire like spaceships. They'll have physics like spaceship. And the fact that a lot of games have foregone this, but another Star Wars game that I love dearly that didn't get its full life expectancy, I think, was Star Wars Squadrons. That game changed the very concept of what I felt like spaceflight could be in video games. And I really wanna, I really wanna give it a shot and try my hand at creating a system similar to it. So realistic space flight, and the fact that you'll be able to actually do, like, you can cut your engines and you'll still maintain motion. You'll still have forward motion. You know, you can, you know, power up certain subsystems and power down others for the sake of, you know, making yourself stronger in some areas or weaker in others, and, you know, all sorts of really cool things. I'm nowhere near that right now. Like I said, I have 2 things shooting lasers at each other, but eventually it will be something more, and I'm really excited for that. We're very basics though, so, you know, if you check it out, like I said, it's not gonna be the most exciting thing in the world, but one day it will be. All right, now I'm gonna catch up on chat. Bless you, international. Bless you, check. We love Omnia talk. Omnia's great. We love Omnia. If I sneeze, do I get an international bless you? Yes, bless you. Gesundheit. Bless you in Dutch. Dutch, I know some Dutch, just not how to spell it. Fair enough. Either I can say a basic word, but the alphabet is so confusing. That's fair. And say, I know a little Dutch, and pardon me, do you speak English? Or if us Sahith? I know French does not follow English pronunciation at all. So I know it does not sound like that at all. You know, so many of your guys' letter combos just are silent, or make the twa sound or something like that. Twa. Like, two is like the most confusing number in French, I feel like. Nobody has been able to tell me why in the world it makes that sound other than it just does in French. And, you know, fair enough. Croissant spaghetti. Oh boy. Since Reg loves French so much. French is great, yeah. Goofy phrase. Can't wait for 12 years later when he's getting into the Indie Game Awards. Dude, just you wait. Just you wait. Omnia is gonna be a big hit at the Game Awards. We're gonna win so many things. We're gonna win so much that all the other game devs are gonna say, you need to stop winning. You know, save some for the rest of us. And I'll just start dedicating, you know, my awards to those games because I feel bad. We're gonna win so many things. We're not. Omnia will probably win maybe one award. I don't think it'll win everything though. Because I mean, we're talking about a AAA level sized project run by one guy. So I mean, like it'll probably, I think it could win something if I do dedicate as much time and energy as I'm hoping to it. But I don't think I'll sweep awards or anything. Although that being said, Astrobot like swept the Game Awards last year, didn't it? And like it was a PS4 exclusive nobody had heard about. Still perplexes me how in the world that won. But, you know, it did. It must have been a good game. I don't know. I know so many people were confused where in the world it even came from. And Trump voice. All right, hang on. We're gonna win so much. We're gonna win so many things. The other devs will look at us and say, how's he winning so much? You can't do it, Don. You gotta stop winning. You're winning too many awards. Leave some wins for the rest of us. They said it. They said it. They said it. Gosh. I weirded out a Dutch guy with my Dutch once. That was funny. He didn't talk to me after that. Oh, no. I don't know, like, how to say anything in any other languages, but I do know, like, a little bit about how to say I am a fish in, like, Spanish. It was just one of the things that sort of happened. So, like, I say, yo soy pescado. And everybody looks at me like I'm stupid. And that's, like, the most rewarding thing ever because I meant for it to sound stupid. So, I wear it with a badge of pride, I would say there. Fish, we love fish. Up. Legit thought your previous comment sounded something like he would, I think. Yeah, honestly, the problem with doing impressions is you accidentally adopt some of it into your own voice. So, yes. Bye. See ya, Scrap. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate you, dude. I didn't even know you were here. My bad. My bad, Chief. Oh, I saw you. Okay, I see you. You were right before Panda. Gotcha. But it was good seeing you. Hope you had a good day. Now I wish I heard it too. I mean, I could say it one day. My favorite thing to say in Dutch. My goofy phrase. I said with full confidence too. That's great. Yeah, what did you end up saying? The curiosity here is hitting. But yeah, if you once you start doing a couple of voices, the voices start merging with you. Like the amount of times I accidentally catch me like slipping into Kermit the Frog, for example. It's not very hard to do. By golly geez, I just accidentally slipped into Kermit the Frog. Like, it, you know, that's not a perfect Kermit by any means, but, it's not hard to accidentally make it happen. I do that a lot with the Donald Trump voice, too. Because when I get worked up, or I'm trying to, like, get really higher energy, you know, I start vocal grinding, so, you know, whenever somebody's like, game theory, you know, you go, but that's just a theory. A game theory. Well, you know, when you're doing the Donald Trump voice, he has a lot of he's got some gravel in there almost, so it's just kind of like, you know, it's just kind of like, we're gonna build a wall. It's gonna be a great wall. You know, it's kind of like, there's a little something in there, and so like it's very easy to slip around into all these different voices. I don't know what a Kermit Donald Trump would sound like, but now I kind of want to try. If I don't know if I could. Can you grind as Kermit? Because Kermit the Frog is you're swallowing your throat. You're swallowing your throat a little bit. So in order to grind, I don't know if you can do it. It's almost Yoda. And like it's voice crackly. I don't like it. I'll try to figure that one out. That's an interesting idea. Now I gotta cross the two. I like your Trump voice. I appreciate that, Nathan. It means a lot to me. Red, can you join a VC just so I can tell chat in Dutch? I don't have my Discord audio routed because I don't. Has it been that long? I'm trying to think. I set up all this audio back when I moved to OBS, and I don't think I've set up Discord audio in it yet. I know, I suck. But I know I have to set it up for both vertical and horizontal, and that's why I can't just do it like in a snap of a finger. If it was just one canvas, it wouldn't be a problem though. Depends on rag. Boo. I know. Arc 2 of the server, I'm gonna name my sword Requiem, and then third arc it'll be Second Wind. Is that tough? Requiem is a good name. I like that one. Second Wind is pretty decent as well, I'd say. Person who voiced Kermit originally also, I think, voiced Yoda. Yes. Frank Oz. That's his name, I think. He's a legend. I just stuck myself. That hurt. What I get for fidgeting. So I have this thing. I don't know if you guys can be able to see it very well, but there's like that little metal strip there. Right. Sticking out of the, it's a twist tie. That's what it is. I just stuck myself with it. It's not gonna stop me from playing around with it, but whatever. Still don't know what you said. I mean, I could just Google translate what I said, but it's funny if I say it. Isn't anything bad at very PG, just not normal wording. Fair enough. Person who voiced Yoda also voiced Piggy. What? I can kind of hear it. Okay. Yeah, Yoda's just like a slightly more masculine sounding Miss Piggy. Huh. I could, yeah. Frank Oz did the two of them. Yeah, we love Frank. It's crazy. You look at some of these people, and their, you know, lifelong careers. It's kind of like, you know, they make some of these things so iconic, you know. Without James Earl Jones, imagine that voice, you know. What if you know, what if he didn't get into voice acting? Like, you wouldn't have, you know, Mufasa's iconic voice. You wouldn't have Darth Vader, you know. it's a very, very iconic voice, and all the movies would be so different without him. Even somebody as, you know, just staying in the realm of Star Wars here. Anthony Daniels, C-3PO. He would be a completely different character if it weren't him. I am firmly convinced of that. I mean, we would have never known what we were missing, but I think he's the reason why C-3PO is a tolerable character. Otherwise, I feel like he would just be straight up annoying. But I actually enjoy him as a character. Okay, that looks very interesting, but it's very basic. It's, I think we need to do something. Something a little different. Maybe we swap out half of the pinks for a different color. So we do a different stripped log, maybe? I don't know. What does that mean? Or as I said and scared off the Dutch guy, you're so vague, I have no clue what it could be. That I had a Dutch friend who taught me Dutch and asked if I could say my favorite phrase. Not too bad. Why would he not continue talking? Maybe you could break it up with cherry planks. That would at least give it texture variation. That's a good point. We could try it. Do I have any cherry plank? I don't. Okay. Am I out of rocket? I'm out of rockets. I was gonna try to limp us along a little bit and get keep all of our rocket supply, but I think by the time the season's done, I'm gonna have to still go shopping. I think the white area could also use some texturing. Oh, absolutely. We're just kind of focusing on this side first, because once I get this nailed in, I think the other side will be easy enough. But I definitely agree. Alright, let's take a look at that. It's a slightly different shade of pink. It's got a different texture to it. I don't dislike that. That's not bad. So if we go one after the other, what are we looking at? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay. Yeah, no, that's good. That'll work. So out. And then in. Did I land on the right spot? Yeah, okay. I got directionally challenged for a second. Let's see. For the white area, what do you think the texturing could look like, Panda? I've got some ideas, but I want to hear somebody's fresh perspective on this, because I've been staring at this wall for the last 2 hours, apparently. I definitely need to figure it out, though. And then one more up. Okay. Then set it with full presto, and yeah. Sir, my friend was being mean and not actually teach me the useful Dutch. I told him I knew what I said, that that it meant I speak pineapple, but he was weirded out, I guess. You speak pineapple. Okay, that's what that means. I was really confused. That's funny. That actually is funny. Okay. Do you guys have shelves? Unfortunately not, no. If we did, that would be so helpful right now, dude. It would be so helpful. I'm thinking for the top portion right here, we'll probably just do like a logo sort of thing like that. It's a lot smaller of an area, so we won't have to worry about the white. It's just, we gotta put something up there. I like it. The pattern looks splendid. Thank you. Also, once got told I could easily pass for a Northern Hollander with how I pronounce the words. Fair enough. That's interesting. Boring. That could have been such an interesting conversation. Yeah, I mean, I think it would have been funny. I would have laughed. If somebody said that to me in English, like, as a non-native speaker, it would have been hilarious. And then, you know, of course we would have talked about it. But I know I'm not everybody. I just think it's funny. Let's do glass shadowing. That's true. But it's so fun. The way I'm wanting to say it does not sound very PG in English. Also it helps me remember other phrases, like speak a little Dutch, and I know I speak English. Okay. Huh. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, the whole law of relation is very important. You know, the only way I actually remember proper grammar, like you know, the differences between all the theirs is purely due to the law of relation, like conjunction words like they are. That's the only way I can remember that. Otherwise, you know, I would be tripping up and trying to remember all that. I have to relate those. That's also true in Spanish. Some of it also just has to do with the way I was learning Spanish wasn't helpful because my friends spoke a different type of Spanish. So anytime we tried to converse, it was like talking through, like, it had been translated from Spanish to English and then back to Spanish again, and it was very weird. I don't recommend it. Few goofy phrases in ASL. Also, but it's hard to type out. That's fair. That is pretty difficult to type out. I still mess up the there, and there's. I mess it up if I'm tired, but usually if I'm wide awake and I know what I'm doing and I'm being careful about typing, it's not too bad. I know the logo. I don't know, the logo touching the edge bothers me a bit. I was wondering if that could be fixed. That could absolutely be fixed. Yeah. All I gotta do is scooch it back one and it's fine. Also, were and where. Yeah, that one does trip up a lot of people. There's people. I think there is area. There, I don't really know. So there is they are. So they are people. Yeah. There is area there. Yeah, area, object. There is the other. There is ownership. So, it's their hairbrush, their French fry, all that kind of stuff. So ERE would be, like you said, probably more in line with area or an unowned object. More so saying that it exists. So there is a, versus saying, you know, their building, I guess. Be right back. Food should be done. Might be cold now. Oof. Hopefully the food tastes good. These silly sentences can be helpful besides being hilarious. That person doesn't know what they missed out on. Exactly. Thank you for submitting your taxes, Panda. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Alright, I'm going to try to fix that. Well, actually, I don't know if I can. Now I'm thinking about it, because to keep it centered, we can adjust it. Hang on. Alright, what are we looking at? Sup on the Twitch side. Lurk, though, since I gotta do my homework. Alright, sounds good. Thank you for the lurk, Panda. Appreciate it. Good luck with the homework. Alright. So we need to take a little bit off the top as well, and the bottom. And then we can adjust everything. But this will definitely work. Okay, so that should be a circle. It is. And then we just gotta scooch it over one and in a little bit. So bring that bit in, and then that's, I think, all we gotta do. And pick up all the things. So the pipe dream of us actually... Whoa. The pipe dream of us actually finishing anything today was, like, a very, very false idea. We're gonna get one side of the building done. That's what we're gonna do. Anyone who actually believed that we were gonna get more than that done, I applaud your faith in me. It was misplaced. It's definitely misplaced. I'm gonna need a couple of buttons. Okay. How does that look? Okay, that's a little better. I probably should have moved it up, since it's already off center, but you know what? It's whatever. It's all right. It's good. Let's put away some things here. I have nuggets. Hey, let's go. We love nuggets. I gotta find something to eat tonight. I'm a little hungry. I'm thinking we can shorten down the white blank space a little bit by scooching. We'll just frame it. So what that would look like is this. Right? Yeah. And then up here we'll go across as well. You know what day it will be tomorrow? Wednesday. I don't know. What day is it tomorrow? Waffle Wednesday. That is a good point. Waffle Wednesday is tomorrow. Be right back. Looting trial chambers. Alright, sounds good. Have fun with that. Hope it's a good time, Jorby. Okay, that's not awful. So we need like a little bit more color here. But I don't want to like overload it with color. It's tough because I don't know what all this is going to cover up yet. You know, as you get further away, you're gonna go, okay, you're gonna see even less of it, and these buildings should take away the focus of it anyway. I don't know. It's almost 3:30. Maybe I should sleep. You definitely should. I've mainly been distracting the people in chat. Anyway, I don't know much about Minecraft stuff, but I love how it's turning out. I appreciate that very much, Nikita. Go get some rest. Thanks for popping in, though. It was a pleasure talking with you. But definitely sleep. I say make a stained glass painting on the top area. That would look cool, but for the style I'm going for here, I don't think it fits the vibe. But that would be neat. Cal, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Hello. Distracting with the want to learn Dutch again. This is not a bad thing, but you not sleeping is absolutely. Good morning. Good morning. You know, I haven't finished my coffee yet. It's 9:30. I gotta finish this. There's actually quite a lot here. I'll save that. Well, I'm not gonna save that. I'll sip on it for the rest of the stream, and it should be done before long. It's whatever. Night, guys. Night. Good night. So let's take a look here. What we got? I think we need something a little less geometric here. So let's do. Let's take the tiles, right? And we'll kind of mimic something like this, and I think it'll look interesting. Oops. I meant to land on the bed, but I kind of missed it. Hang on. There we go. Have wonderful sleep. Yes. Sweet dreams. Anybody that needs to go to sleep, please do. It's late, just in general. It's starting to get later here in the US, or North America, I suppose, since we've got quite a lot of Canadians here, really. I share a continent with you guys. I forget that sometimes. But I want you guys to all take care of yourselves. So, please don't ever hesitate to do that. Okay, that's not bad. But what I do want to do is I want to come over here and actually add another part to it. So 1, 2, 3. That'd be right there. Right there. Right there. Okay, that's a little something something. And then maybe we even just mimic that down here, but on a much smaller scale. It's not gonna be like super tall or anything. You just kind of add nonsense. That's the thing here, I guess. Not about what makes the most sense necessarily. Rather about what looked good. There we go. 9:30 for me, but there is 6 or 7, no pun intended, time zones around here. Oh boy. Yeah, it's 9:30 here for me as well. It's definitely not terribly late, but I know some people have strict sleep schedules for good reason. Let's see. Okay, I don't dislike that. What I'm gonna do now is, I'm gonna jump down here, right? I'm going to swap to my fortune pick because my silk touch is dying and I don't want to go repair it. We're gonna grab all of my copper because I'm gonna utilize a little bit of this in this next stage, I think. We could definitely make do with a little bit of a splash of color on the other side. And this oxidized copper has just a little bit. And I got a couple of ideas where we could utilize it. That was oxidized, okay. Some of this, it's hard to tell. I'm so hyped that I found pre-made chicken nuggets. They're completely allergen me free, safe. Wow, words are hard, aren't they? Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Honestly, like, I know that's a really big deal for you because finding anything that's you safe is going to be difficult regardless. But the fact that you're actually able to find something that tastes like it too, like I said, it doesn't taste like cardboard, and it's chicken nuggets, like that's something you wouldn't expect. But it's a comfort food for many, so it's wonderful that you've been able to find something. Oop. And over here. But when it doesn't taste like cardboard, I know, it's great. When food actually tastes like it's something consumable, that is a plus. All right. Boop. 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 I missed one over here. Man, I didn't realize just how much I had out here. Okay. You're not done, but you are. You're not done. Okay. I think that's all of them. Nope. There we go. So if anyone has allergies to food and want advice, let me know. Yeah, Emmy's probably got a list. I'd imagine there's like a whole list of just like, if you can't have this, try this instead. Which is like completely and totally fair. We'll do that. Oh. Do that? Yeah? And then right there. Okay. Oops. That might be a little bit off. Hang on. I need to build up there. There we go. Alright. I see you guys. Hydrate from Watson. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you. How are you doing, by the way? I see the stretch, posture check, candy, all those things. Ads, no. They always show up at the worst times, don't they? I have pills for my intolerances, which is great. I guess comes in handy. I have a lactose tolerance, but the pills never helped, and even the smallest amount of it can make me ill for over a day, so I treat it like an allergy. That's fair. I mean, it isn't, I guess it's not technically classified as an allergy, but in my books, I mean, it may not be, like, as life-threatening, but it should be treated as an allergy, in my opinion. Like, your body does not like it. It does not absorb it in the way other people's. But I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I can't reclassify that stuff, sadly. Otherwise, science would look very different if I were a scientist. I'm back. Welcome back, Emmy. I'm gonna eat really questionable candy. This one's for you, Rocky. Appreciate it, dude. Absolute legend. I'd be scared of reg science. My science is, it's science. What candies? It's old candy. It's anywhere between 2 to 5, maybe even 6 years old. It's old. It's not good candy. The candy is malformed. And I'm just gonna pop it in my mouth. What's the worst that can happen? It's always awful. It's just like, it's not even expired because the preservatives in this thing don't let it expire. Hello, Reyes. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Me scared of the 2-year-old candy he has? Yeah. Somebody's got to eat it. Somebody's got to eat it, and I'm that guy. Reg, no, don't. Reg, why? Reg, child. I roll my eyes at you. Listen, man, it's not like, it hasn't killed me. It hasn't killed me, and, you know, I would hate for it to go to waste. Yeah, I mean, okay, good point. I eat my greens. My kidneys will filter it out. It's fine. Like, I love broccoli. Broccoli is it, man. We love broccoli in this household. I can eat a little bit of, really, really, really questionable food. It's fine. It's great. I pray your logic stands true. You know, according to my chiropractor, which, you know, I realize he's not a specialist in that field. But he says as long as you eat broccoli, you could probably get away with most things. Because with the stuff we put in our food nowadays, it's not so much what we're eating, but what they're putting in all of our foods. Which sounds like I'm being a nut job, but you guys can look it up. Red 40's a thing. That was the most common one this last year. But basically, essentially, you know, we're putting a lot of preservatives, a lot of chemicals. We spray pesticides on our grains, even. This is where it came from. He asked me what I was eating. Like, oh yeah, I eat, like, waffles. He was like, your waffles probably have a certain type of grain in it, and my guess is because they're cheap, you're probably consuming a small, legal amount of pesticides. They just can't get it all. And he's like, you need to be making sure you eat lots of greens because that's where the chlorophyll comes from. Chlorophyll helps your kidneys function. So, I eat a lot of broccoli. I don't eat like a ton, but once or twice a week at most. Anything green has chlorophyll in it, so eat that. Brussels sprouts are the worst. Please agree. I love Brussels sprouts. What do you mean? What do you mean? Is that why I'm smooth brain? Not necessarily. I mean, it could be. It very well could be. Chloroform. Did I say chloroform? I meant to say chlorophyll. Which is very different. But it would not surprise me if I said chloroform. Do not consume chloroform. That's bad for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Right there. Okay, that's a little different, at least. Since it's not like the main focal point, it's not awful. The rooftop will have a little bit of something to it, hopefully. Maybe like a rooftop access point, so it won't look nearly as flat, I'm hoping. We gotta, like, really kick it into gear if we're gonna do this, though, because we're not doing great. Hitbox, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Regular logic baffles me. I think it's great logic. What do you mean? You can eat anything so long as, your body knows how to process it. You know, there was a prisoner that got the lethal injection but survived because he ate certain, like, foods that caused him to be able to absorb it. It happens. It happens. Brussels sprouts are nasty? Nah, Brussels sprouts are great, dude. I like Brussels sprouts when they're prepared right. Yeah, roasted in an air fryer, that's pretty good. Yeah, I like them. We put ours in the oven and we bake them. And they get just a little bit crispy, not super crispy. We even fry them sometimes. Now, here's where it's probably not necessarily the healthiest, but it's actually still healthier to eat your greens this way than to not eat them at all. So, before you guys hear it, you're like, King, you're absolutely voiding all validity of this. You know, trust me, you're better off consuming it in whatever way you will eat it. Put some, like, butter on it. Put like a healthy amount of salt. some garlic, some cheese. Be good. It'll be really good. You're nasty. Eat your sprouts. Never, bruh. Me is Cookie Monster. You're the Cookie Monster. Hello, Hitbox. You are the Cookie Monster. Hello, hello. What you building, Unk? Unk is crazy. I'm building a large city here. And right now we're focusing on this building right here. But we're going to be probably only doing this building today. I was really hoping to get a lot more done. But it's becoming abundantly clear that I am not going to get as much done this day like I thought I was. And that's okay. Pile chips. I'm not familiar with those. Roasted chickpeas. Ooh. Bacon wrap. Bacon, anything is good. I like bacon. I like bacon. I'm actually thinking we do a little bit more here. I don't think I have enough, though. Uh-oh. Boop. Boop. I want a spinach banana and chocolate protein shake. Ooh. AKA the chunky monkey. Okay. Fair enough. I like chocolate anything. Now I'm not a huge fan of spinach, but I will eat it. It's gotta be prepared the right way, but I will eat it. I have no clue what the right way is, in all honesty. But it is consumable, I suppose. I love bacon, but ours is different than yours. Is yours just like ham? Like, I'm really curious how our bacon differs. Now, I've never heard this. How do leaves come back in the summer? That would be within the life cycle of a plant. So, trees, they have essentially a DNA of their own. And so, when a... How do I phrase this? When the temperature reaches a certain point, trees start to come back to life. The sun starts giving them energy, and these leaves, they know to sprout because it allows the tree to get more nutrients. That's kind of like the basic answer, but trees are smart in the fact that they know what they need to survive, and so they actually go for it. You know, sunflowers, they turn towards the direction of the sun, so that they get the maximum amount of sunlight. That's kind of true about trees as well. Leaves only sprout where they can live. So wherever there's sunlight is where they'll sprout. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting seeing just how trees work. And I've studied just a little bit of it, only because 3rd grade required me to, and also because building Minecraft trees, if you want a really realistic tree, you should kind of look into a little bit about how trees work. It's very interesting. I love bacon, but ours is different than yours. Bacon is one thing I don't agree with in kosher rules. It should be allowed to be eaten. Hang on. W. I know why they don't do it. It has to do with the Levitical law, but I'm 100% in agreement with you. Bacon is lovely. It's good. Maple bacon, ooh. Oh, maple bacon. And you have maple bacon chicken. That's some good stuff right there. I like any meat that comes from the... What? From the bunker? Maybe? I don't know. That might be in the sentence I might not be able to... Oinker. Oinker. I know what it is. It's oinker. Pig. You're talking about the pig. Gotcha. Why is Arthur and animals talk? The rest are just normal animals? Like in Arthur, the series Arthur the Aardvark? I never thought about it. And I don't know. I don't know. I haven't joined the server in about a month. For more than like 10 minutes, so I was like, how is the thing? Fair. Wish I could build like this. Play Minecraft for 13 years and you too can probably be better than me. I'm a building, probably seriously, I've actually been building for, well, you guys, I don't know. When I started streaming, I definitely was building by then, but I was building before that even. I would say probably like 10 years when I started really trying to take building seriously. 10 years ago. But there's so many techniques that I never kept up with, and now I'm like learning all about it, and you know, this little thing right here, it's just me kind of throwing things at the wall. I've been doing this for 3 hours today. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to figure it out. Taking your time is a big thing with builds. Ours is from the loin, yours is from the belly. Different cut, flavor, and texture. That's fair. That's fair. Yours is mostly fat too. That's fair. Yeah. I have had bacon from the loin before. We had a guy give us like a whole pig, or it may have been half a pig or whatever. I don't remember. I think it was a whole. And we were eating it for days, and like they gave us some of that. My dad was trying to figure out what to use it for. He's like, I should turn that into bacon. I'm like, that sounds good. And so it was a much thicker cut of bacon than what we've ever had before, because he didn't have the proper methods to slice it into proper slices. But yeah, he did do it once. It was pretty good. Like you said, different cut, flavor, texture, but it's very good. Ribs are the best when barbecued. Oh, yes. Yes. This is funny. Reg teaching plant life. They convert sun into food. Nom noms. Sun food. Sun food. That's messed up, bruh. Have you watched Welcome to Dairy? I have not, no. What is that? I think I was saying pig. You got there? Yeah. Thanks for tips. No problem, dude. No problem. Funny story, right now my siblings are watching Bluey while cleaning pew-pews. An interesting family. That is amazing. That is amazing. We love Bluey. Bluey's great. Bluey is great. It's the newest It film. Ah, I see. I have watched like maybe 30 minutes of it. And it wasn't scary. I actually found it more comical than anything else, funnily enough. But I didn't know they came out with another It. I guess it makes sense. He's not dead, but you know, don't read the It novel. I thought the novel was better than the movie. I don't read anyway, but I've always heard it was better. I'm interested. Why should I not read it? I think what we're gonna do, I'm gonna fix this. There's an It TV series showing here at the minute called Welcome to Derry. Oh, I see. It isn't really scary. I just found it really gory. Fair enough. That makes sense. Pew pew as in gun? Yes. Are they cleaning pew pews? They went to a reenactment event last week. Yeah, so you're actually supposed to clean your guns, like, not, you have to, like, do it religiously or anything, but you should be cleaning them somewhat often, especially, less modern, guns. They don't, you want them to always be safe to handle. So, best way to do that is to take care of them. They're older, like World War II age guns. Oh, they definitely need cleaned then. Yeah, those things are always supposed to be cleaned after use. I was gonna say, modern guns, like, you don't have to clean them very often. You should probably do it maybe, you know, depending on how frequently you use it. You know, clean it a decent amount. But, you know, that's... If it's a World War II era, then you're talking mandatory cleaning after use. I'm just gonna leave this side plain because there's nothing along this wall that would be needing to be seen. We can always add something else to it if we need to later, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Can't you buy them in Walmarts in America? You used to be able to, but I think corporate Walmart has said that they are discontinuing carrying all firearm sales. I could be incorrect on that, but I believe most Walmarts have moved away from it. Depends on the Walmart, but I think they got rid of that. You can only get ammo now. You're lucky to even get ammo at some of them now. I think a lot of them still carry knives, though. Depends on the Walmart, but I think they got rid of that. Only get ammo. So I think being able to buy guns freely in America isn't very smart. It's not as easy as everybody thinks it is. That's the funny thing. It's easier than any other country, but that has to do with a lot of backstory. Apparently they let the Americans have guns in case the British invaded again. No. Not quite. You also have to have a gun license. So it depends on the weapon. It depends on your status as a civilian. So, like Emmy said, you have to have background checks and all that. Some of them do require licenses, and those licenses may require training as well. Why is murder rate higher than Winnipeg in schools? So the reason why murder rate is higher in some places than other is because people will kill people regardless. See, there are cities that have banned guns, right? As idealistic as this is, and as fun as it would be to just say, okay, if we just banned guns, people would stop dying, right? That has been proven to be false. Why? We have cities here in the United States that have banned all firearms. That has not worked out in their favor. In fact, violent crimes still are higher there than any other cities in the world. Why is that? It is due to the fact that they are not addressing the actual problem. Guns themselves don't kill people. And that's a sentiment that not a lot of people like to hear. Because it's easier to say, just ban all the things we kill people with. But that doesn't ever fix the issue. Like you said, yes, it's the people behind the guns. In the United Kingdom, the UK, there is a high likelihood that instead of using a gun, people will use knives instead. In fact, it happens. Godzilla, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. In the United Kingdom, they use knives. That is the weapon of choice there. People who want to kill will kill. Here in the United States, you have a right to self-defense. You have a right to bear arms. The reason why is because if the country ever tries to usurp power against its civilians, the civilians have a right to defend themselves. So basically that means whatever they have, you can also have. Now, there are certain legalities you have to jump through, but essentially it stops it from being the fact that I feel like this should be a lot less controversial, but it isn't. I gotta be careful how I say this, because nobody trusts the government right now. And yeah, I feel like I have to tread on very, very lightly thin ice here. So I don't think the government anytime soon is going to march into homes and hurt people. But you have seen it time and time again where that has been the case. Look at any country where they have used to have the right to have guns and have had them taken away. They have usually turned into not great places. I could name the ones that we're all thinking of, but we're all thinking of them anyway, or you could just Google them. There's a whole thing about de-arming your civilians. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea for the government, and it's not a good idea for the civilians either. If people were morally good in general, yes, I would be all for it, but people are inherently evil. That is just the way it is. I would feel much safer with me being able to legally have a gun than everybody else illegally having a gun. So, you know, the truth is, if your intent is to do bad things, banning guns does no good, because they're just gonna have a gun regardless. You know, it's a great idea. It's a very idealistic idea, though. How do I join? Hello, Max is free. You can't join this server because it is a closed content creator server. But if you would like to join other servers, well, if you want to join this server, first off, I'll answer that. They have announcements on Twitter, so I would encourage you to follow the Twitch SMP page. Keep making content, and then apply to join when applications open sometime next year. We're actually closing out our current season, though. If you're wanting to join a server and play with other content creators, though, look for viewer joinable servers. I usually have one, however, it's closed right now. But look into King Elfie or Kitrix Live. Both of them have wonderful viewer joinable servers as well. People behind the gun, knife crime is really high here. Kids carry them to school and everything. Yeah. It's unfortunate. It's sad. It's a sad reality. I'm all about addressing that, though, instead of addressing guns as the issue, because, you know, I want people to live. I don't want us to chase our tails and ban this, ban that, and then before you know it, we're killing people with rocks. Because we used to do that back in the day. It's not a good thing. Imagine if King Ragnarok got a low taper fade. That'd be pretty crazy. Murder case in the UK is from knife wounds. Yeah. I was actually thinking of proper countries, Rocky, but Chicago is a place that has banned firearms. And it is... you can look into the statistics. I'll get in trouble. Truthfully, if I talk about it too much more, YouTube doesn't like this kind of talk. But I'm not one to shy away from topics either. Anyway, all that said, I just want peace, and the only way you get peace is by addressing the actual issue underneath. And I recognize that as an idealistic thing in and of itself to say. You know, you're hoping for people to ultimately actually do the right thing, and that's a very high hope. It's a very, very high hope to even have. Bold of me to assume people are capable of being halfway decent. There we go. Now we're talking, Rocky. Just ban the people. I think, quite honestly, controversial opinion. Very controversial opinion here. I think we should do a better job with mental health care. That would go a long way in general across the world. That's not just an America thing. Because if you look into why people are killing other people, it's usually just because they can't handle a little bit of anger management. So, impulsivity is a big thing there. But a lot of it's also premeditated, so you gotta look into that. You gotta, you know, I understand there's a lot more logistics to it than what I'm just saying. But, I don't think just banning the methods of how people are doing it is going to make it any better. I think it'll actually just aggravate it. This is actually going to go all the way around, it seems, but that's okay. I'd love to live with somewhere where people are banned except for me. There we go. I'm with you there, Nathan. I like that. I like that. Yeah, that's a high, very interesting statistic. It's very disproportionate too. I won't go into too deep on that one either, because like you said, it's quite dark and heavy. But if it weren't for the fact that YouTube has a lot of rules about some of that stuff, I would probably be willing to talk about it a little bit more. But yeah, that's it's a sad reality. Elfie server, we love Elfie. Elfie's great. Okay. We got that. And then I'm guessing I want this to kind of continue out that way. I think it would be really interesting. And then what I'm thinking is we'll just actually do that down here. Just to kind of help cap it off a little bit. Fix some of the issues that we're going to have otherwise. And then up, over, there we go. Just some of the audience here and the ages. We don't want to bring it up. Yeah. It's probably the wisest choice there. So I need some this. We'll just start with that for now. I think there are many youngsters here. We mostly unks like Reg. Yeah, it's a decent mix, especially with YouTube, but On Twitch, it's mostly old people, truthfully. I say that as one of you guys. Or older. I would say most of my audience is at least teenager up on Twitch. Not that unk, I hope. Yeah, I don't know if you would classify as unk. To be entirely fair with you. So what I'm thinking is these sides at least don't require a bunch. Like, this side can remain blank. You're not going to see that from just about anywhere. If you are seeing it, you're probably seeing this side more or the rooftops more, which is what I want you to look at, than this. And I can always do some work there if I feel like it's glaring. The nice thing about this is being next to the wall, you can kind of be lazy. Right here, I can't be super, super lazy just because I do want it to be able to be walked around and you can actually look at it. So I'm trying to come up with some ideas there. I think we're just going to kind of extend it, though. Extend it around until we get up to where the rest of it would be. So right about here, I think it'll stop. I don't know where that baby zombie is. Is there a baby zombie? I don't know. I might have just been hallucinating that. I don't know. I need to clean up my inventory a little bit. Pop. Pop. Okay, I heard it. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one then. That's good. Would have been starting to get concerned then. I'm one of the oldest unks, I think. It's very, very possible. You're definitely up there comparatively, but that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Okay. What would you consider unk age in age? I don't think it has to do with age, but more so with culture, meme culture especially. Although it being about age is more funny in my opinion. Ow. Okay. So this part will go up all the way. Oh, wait. Okay. We'll stop it there. And then this will go across. Anyone older than the person saying it is probably an unk, so a 5-year-old would probably call a 12-year-old unk. That's a fair definition. I could agree with that. Something about that is just funny to me. I don't know if I'll have enough to do this or not. But who here is 5? I hope nobody. If they are, I need you to go hand the iPad back to your mommy, okay? And tell her that the man on the internet said to turn it off. Go back to watching Bluey, okay? No, and I hope it's against TOS. I was just saying in general. Then we'll go up from here to there. Okay. Go. Up. And then up. Where's my other stuff? There we go. Okay. I think... So therefore I am. I think the rest of it will be filled in with deep slate tile. So if I fly around to here... Up. Okay. Anyways, I think I'll head out now. Good night. Good night, Rocky. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day. Or night, rather. Appreciate you being here. We'll catch you another time. Okay. So the deep slate tile will go across like that. Because this doesn't really need much of anything. Hi. I think... Did you say privet? I don't know Russian, so... That looks like what it might have been since he said slash, but I don't know enough Russian to work my way through that. Hello, Blast. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Alright, let's get out. We only get one tower done this entire stream. That's an accomplishment still. So, what the bridge would look like, I think, is I'm imagining it being made out of... A deep slate tile would look good, but I think the sides will have to be made out of deep slate. Although the top, it could be good too. I don't know. The top could be anything. It's whatever. I can speak English, but small, that's a-okay. Your English so far is good, so you're doing all right. Let's, When did Technoblade died? I forgot he died. It would have been a couple of years now. Been quite a few years now. I'm having trouble remembering myself, actually. 2012, it's not been quite that long. It would have been 2022, maybe? 2023, was it? Yeah, I gotta Google this. 2022, June 2022 is when he passed. It's been a little bit, I guess. Just over 3 years, 3.5 years. Crazy. He was a good guy, though. He was a really, really good creator. I wish I got into him more before before he passed. Plus, I thought it was ended in a 2, but 22 felt too soon. That's fair. That is completely fair. Just like yesterday, not gonna lie. Yeah, it's crazy. I remember exactly where I was. It was so strange. I was just at a party. I'm never at parties. But sitting there laughing with my friends and getting buzzed on Twitter. Everybody was posting all of a sudden. I was like, what is going on? That's when I found out. Okay. I think this is a good idea so far. He was great, yeah. I've watched a couple of his videos. I'm always just sad because I know there won't be anything new. So I try to conserve it when I can. I want to do something special there, but I don't know what. What are you building? I'm building a city inside of a mega dome here. So, as you can see, I've got this big glass half sphere in the ocean. And I've got a really big hole. I'm trying to fill all of that in. So, right now we're building like this tower here, just trying to make it look interesting. I never thought I was going to be using pink in this build, but here we are, and it actually looks really good, so I can't be complaining too much. Right now we're just trying to get this doorway in here, because there will be a bridge here. I may do the bridge next time, though, because I'm trying to not run any more ads today. And Twitch is, like, knocking on my door saying, hey, we're going to send more ads. And I'm like, no, we're not. We're going to finish the build. Okay, I think we're as snoozed as can be. So, set a timer for 11 minutes. Yeah, 11 minutes to get this done before the next wave of ads hit, so I gotta be careful. But yeah, we've got not too much more here really to go. I just gotta get the back kind of completed and we'll be good. It doesn't have to look super fancy is the nice thing. And technically, when I say finished, I'm not doing the tops, not today. That will probably come after the whole layer is done almost, because I want to make sure all the heights are set up correctly. By the way, it's 5 a.m. here. Oh my goodness. Try to get some sleep if you can. That's pretty late. Okay. How to get Elytra and King SMP Steel. The amount of people that have been asking me about that King SMP is crazy. I don't know. Probably through the end, if I had to guess. But I'm not involved with that Lifesteal SMP at all. So, I am not the person to ask about that, unfortunately. Are you the owner? I'm not the owner of that King SMP, no. I own a different King SMP that's based around survival content. Not any PvP whatsoever. I hear the Lifesteal King SMP is a happening place, though, so there's nothing wrong with playing it. I don't own that one, unfortunately, so I can't help you. I'm sorry. It does me more good to actually save the deep slate by doing that. Okay. Who is owner in King SMP? I don't know who owns that King SMP. Otherwise, I would direct it to them. For some reason, I want to say it starts with a Z, but I can't be entirely sure of that. I'm sorry. Ba-ba-bum. Alright, we're gonna build up as much deep slate along the side. Almost up. And I may do a little bit of decoration since it's visible by the water side, but I'm not gonna do a ton. Playing lifesteal? I don't like lifesteal. I'm okay though. I just don't play PvP. It's not my style. I like building. That's my thing. Go. And down. There we go. How do you obtain an Elytra and Shulker? So I go to the end. That's how I do it. I go to the end, I go to an end city, and I kill every single Shulker there. And then if you can find a ship, an end ship, you can actually see how to get the wings in there. They're just like in an item frame. You break the item frame, and boom, you got yourself some wings. I actually used to have a video about it. I don't know if I still do. I may have unlisted it. I unlisted a lot of videos. Minecraft PvP sucks. I like to play it with some friends, but that's about it. I'm going in, but lag killed me. Oof. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it can get kind of laggy sometimes, and when Minecraft lags, it's kind of game over, I'm not gonna lie. There's not a lot of forgiveness from the Minecraft gameplay loop when it comes to lag. I may need a little bit more white concrete powder, actually. Just sort of surprising, since I ended up removing so much of it, but it looks like I actually need a little, so. Oh, I actually have enough. Okay, we're good. Well, I have enough for this portion. I don't know if I'm gonna use it for any other spots or not. Can I eat, like, a little bit of chicken? Need more white powder? I do. It's a requirement. It is a requirement. Your base in water? Yeah, it's a little bit in the ocean right now. As you can see, water everywhere. It's a lifestyle. It is a lifestyle. Okay, I think for this wall we'll have to do, well, here we can actually do deep slate tile. And then for the rest of it, I think we're gonna have to use white concrete. Which means I might need a little bit more. Yikes. Not really in love with how that's gonna look, but that is what it is. I'll figure something out. And right here as well, I may need a little bit more. Oh, wait. Uh-oh. What I can do... right there. No, that can't work. Okay, this has to become white concrete as well. Okay, we need more. I've got 2.5 minutes. And then I gotta start wrapping things up so that you guys don't get hit with ads. Oh, we've got the bulk of the building done. I could do a little bit off stream. Not a ton, but I could do a little bit. I'm sorry about that. Wow. Alright. Down. And then what I'm doing is this will be the floor, so that's okay. I don't know where the floor is going to be exactly yet for this and what color it's going to be, but I think that's right, at least for now. I can always correct that later if I need to. But it's just about getting this building as close to completion as I can, so. Okay, what are we looking at here? A mostly complete build. You know, it's got a couple holes in the top, and ultimately the top will be what kind of completes it, I think. But it's not bad. It stands alone just enough that it's fine, but the whole point is that it's not supposed to stand alone. So these other builds will kind of help fill in the space, hopefully. This is, unfortunately, the end of the stream, though. So, what I'm going to do for you guys, I'm going to send you off to another streamer. So I encourage you guys to stick around for the raid. Unless there's somebody on YouTube that I can raid as well. YouTube, this will probably be where the end of the stream is for you guys as well. Is Vane playing still? I don't remember. Vane says they're live. Am I not following Vane? It does not look like Vane is live. Videos? Oh. They are done. Okay, that's fine. In that case, what we will do is we will raid somebody else. Athema's live. Athema's cool. We like Athema. I think we raided Athema somewhat recently, so not been too long ago. I searched your channel in ChatGPT. ChatGPT knows me. That's crazy. Well, I appreciate you popping in, Mario. That's very much appreciated. I hope you had a good time at the very least, and I appreciate you being here. YouTube chat, I think that's the end for us, but I appreciate you guys being here as well. You all have been lovely to have around. Twitch, thank you guys. Everybody, thank you so much. Appreciate each and every one of you. I will see you guys again come around Thursday. Although I may just decide to surprise you guys and do a stream tomorrow, but probably not. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Appreciate y'all. Bye-bye, everybody.